Yes. Dear Explorer, here we're going to implement that. We're going to have HTML and JavaScript. It's going to be very easy. It's very easy. What we do, we have, for example, two text boxes, and the first one and the second one, and we need these text boxes to be when you click this button, for example, it sums up these ones. We don't count this one, the first one, the second one. The JavaScript should always make a sum of these ones. So what we do, I have my Jquery. For me, I use Jquery, but it's you can search the equivalent code in the core. And then I have a file where I write my JavaScript, and then before you start coding, you have this HTML, you have JavaScript, which is this one, and also we link it we link these two files. This one is this one, and my script is this one. You realize that it is this one. So when we want to start coding on the Jquery, you open this file here, and then you type in document.ready, and then on the here it means that these codes will run when the document is ready. The document is all of this, and this is the body. So when this document is ready, the JavaScript runs, and then there is a function that we call each. What we do is a loop, is a kind of a loop that takes all of the things with the class amount. So it can take amount dot each, and then here you put a function, you open like this. So this is a parenthesis, this is a curly brace. Let me do it for you to see. And then when you want to sum up, you can make a click. For example, if you want an event to happen when you click this one, we're going to make something like button. We take the button of the ID of this button, it's called button. So you come here and do this dot click. So we make an event, and then this will happen in here. So what did we do here? It means that when here we put an ID, it means when we click, we're going to sum, to make a sum. So we declare a variable, for example, amount, which is equal to 0, for example, and then we say amount equals to amount. This variable will be taken to this amount. When you want to refer to each text box, because this is the text box. When you want to take each text box, you can do this. Means each current text box will be taken the value like this one, and then this is the loop. This each is the loop that takes each value found in the text box called with the class amount, and then to be adding on this variable. This variable cannot be declared inside here. For example, we cannot do this because it will always be taking the last one. But if we put it here on top, it will be taking the value and adding it, so we can always get the total amount. And then after, if you want to check whether all the sum is there, we can write console. We can write console like this, and then you put amount to see that amount is there. Or if you want, you can also take this one and write the amount alert. You can do whatever you want. The most important is that you have to check whether it is working. So now we have two text boxes. And if you want to view that, you can come here and view. For example, here we have 100 and 200s, and when you click, for example, we don't have when you click here, inspect, control, wait a bit, it's amount and amount. Yeah, you can parse int. $102 and receive. You see that you have 102. And because it was taking just the text, but if you put parse int, it converts it into integer and it works perfectly. If you say like 100 in this one, you can always give the result of integer. So about the journal, when someone is typing, you can change an event. For example, if someone is typing, you can use this event. You can say that amount. If you want to refer to a class, you write a dot amount and see dot key up. Again, this is jQuery. jQuery is not core, and you do this. So, for example, I want to check each text boxes, all the text boxes, if the amount is there if the amount is correct. What I do is this one. I can still take this thing and take, for example, amount equals to 0. I put it up there, like here. I hope you can see this. And also still take this one. So this event will occur when I type, when I try to do something like a keyboard. It will always put some sums. You see. Like, okay, let's see again, amount key up function, and yes, for example, here, like when you do this, you see that you have okay, I'll wait a bit. Here you have amount, each amount. Amount console log. Let's go again. Because there's nothing, for example, you see that it's 11. If I try to type in here, it's going to add. If I type in here, it's going to add. If I delete still, it's going to work. So you can see that you can even compare. For example, if you have other text boxes, let's also have another group of text boxes. You can see here clearly that if you have, if you really want to compare with other pair of amounts, for example, amount 2, here we put 2. I think you can see this one. We have two text boxes now. If you want to have to compare amount and amount 2, you can now. When I type in here, it's going to take this amount 1. For example, here we say that it's amount 1, like this one, and also where we compare this one with the rest, of course, with another pair of another pair of text boxes, and now we're going to have these two, and then we're going to compare the amount 1 plus, we leave space, and amount 2. In this case, we can always view the comparison of those two text boxes. And we're going to see, for example, we have 1, and there's a none here because here's nothing, but if I write 2, it's going to be 2 2. And wait a bit, amount. Sorry, this log should be at the yeah, it should be there, and wait a bit. Yeah, so what we can do here is this. If I say this, it will always take this amount. So if you want yeah, this will be 2, and now let's go again and see. Here's 1, it's none because there's nothing. Here's 2, 3, and here is 2 and 2. Wait a minute, if I come back here, for example, if I say 3, you realize that here you have 3 plus 2 is equals to 5, and 2 plus 2 equals to 4, so it's giving me 5 and 4, which is correct. And here it cannot work. You see, here it cannot work because I did not put the event on this one. The event of key up is on the amount, this one. This is the event on the first pair of text boxes. So it only works when you type in one of these two. For example, if I type 1, now it's a 3. The first one's a 2, a 3, and the other one is a 5. If I change this one, nothing will happen, but when I start to type something here, it will be, if I type 4, it's going to be 6 2. Yeah, 6 2 here, for example. Yeah, so this is how it should work. And I hope you understand. You can always compare. For example, if you can start putting your if condition. For example, if amount 1 is greater to amount 2, you can proceed with this thing, and else then you continue like that. So it's always your choice to do everything. You can do whatever you want with your codes, with the rest of the code. So I think you understand, you pretty understand. So if you don't really if you need something, this is when you want to use the button, but if you want to use the key press is this one. Use this one. I hope this code can be read, is readable, and it's yeah, here it is. This is it. So if you have a question, you can still ask me, and yeah, thank you.